like all the trips I've been on and that kind of thing, with other artists. Like my very first trip to Tanzania in 2016, and then
Wow.
my Africa trip again to Botswana and Zimbabwe in 2022. Those were all connected by people. So the very first trip that I went to in Tanzania, I had taken a workshop from another artist, and I met those people that I went to Africa with in person.
Okay.
Um, there's six of us total. Half of them I had met in person. The other two, I think, that were on the trip, um, that I had not met in person, I found through social media, and they were other artists or photographers or whatever. Um, and so I knew half in person, and then half I knew online that I eventually met in person, kind of thing.
Hmm.
And so that grew that way. And again, of course, you're friends with all those people. And then other artist friends see that, or other people see that, and like, oh, they're friends with so and so, and they went on this trip to Africa, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then that connection happens and stuff too. And it just grows from there. And so that happened kind of from in person, but also kind of from social media.
Right.
Because like I met the group leader in person, but he had shared that he was going to Africa on social media. So if I
Right.
hadn't been friends with him on social media, I wouldn't have seen that. And I wouldn't have not taken the trip then, kind of thing.
Hmm.
And so that was kind of how that made like sense for me and how that kind of stuff started. And then my trip to I've been to Africa many different times, or not, or Africa, Alaska many different times with my friend Rebecca Knight, and she, again, I met her online first. Like I knew she was, I knew of her art and that kind of thing and stuff. And we were similar in age and stuff like that. So we just naturally connected that way. But like again, I knew her online before I knew her in person. And now it's like I know her really well in person. And we've taken like 4 different trips to Africa together, and we've been to or sorry, Alaska, and then we've been to different art shows, like a couple different times together and workshops and that kind of thing. So it's like I've grown to like become a really good friend of hers because of the fact that, of course, I met her on social media. If I had never been on social media, I would have never met her.